Greetings, Mechwarriors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is TTB speaking, and welcome to a preview to the Marauder II mech that is releasing today. I just want to go over the mech variants real quick with you guys and give you an idea of maybe what you can build if you chose to pre-order this big-ass mech. And of course, this is also coming for all the people that pre-ordered Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Alright, let's go ahead and have a look at the scale of those mechs. And as you can see, putting it next to an Awesome, for example, or putting it next to this Cataphract, it is a rather big mech. What I think is very interesting to see is this comparison with the Atlas. If you look at the arm spacing, it's going to be quite wide. And so this mech is not going to be as high as the Atlas. It's standing a little bit higher here, but it is going to be quite wide with the arms. And I hope that the convergence of those weapons on the arms won't be a problem, because if you guys remember the Night Star, that was a huge problem there, and we'll see how it goes there. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at the models themselves, and I've prepared all of these in a bigger version. Now, the Marauder A has 8 energy hardpoints, 0 ballistic, 0 missile, 1 AMS, and a 0 ECM. The enhancements, the quirks on this mech are PPC velocity, laser duration, and a bunch of structure. Well, guys, what I can see as built here is, of course, mixed laser boats, large pulse lasers combined with ER mediums or medium lasers. You could do something with PPCs. You have a 20% PPC velocity, but since there is no heat scale limit quirk or no heat quirk in general, maybe not the best option. We'll have to see. Of course, you can do all sorts of crazy things, like maybe just going medium pulse lasers and going crazy with that. Large lasers, you could go large pulses and medium pulses. There's a lot of options here. I don't really think that the quirks themselves necessarily reflect the final product. They might change that, of course, since they always do that after a month. But it's going to be an interesting laser boat with 1 AMS in there. Do take note that you can put a total of 3 energy weapons in the right side torso, so you might be able to have like a nice high peaking profile with this, depending on where the other weapons are located, and that would be amazing. I mean, if I'm going through the screenshots right now and looking at the screenshots, we don't really see exactly where those high mounts are located, but looking at a few of those, I think it's reasonable to suppose that they will be over the cockpit, which would make a really nice peaking profile for those 3 right torso slots. So definitely try them out with something like large pulse lasers, for example. The next model on the list is the 4 HP. Now, the 4 HP, this one is an interesting one. 4 energy hardpoints, 0 ballistic hardpoints, 9 missile hardpoints, and an AMS. 9 missile hardpoints. So, did anybody say Learn Boat? Check. Did anybody say Streak Boat? Double check. Did anybody say MRM Boat? Maybe. It depends where the weapon mounts are and how big the launchers are. Did somebody say Rocket Launcher Boat? Well, if we look at the quirks, it has 10% PPC heat generation. Okay. And it's got the rocket launcher heat generation, 10%, and heat scale limit +2. I know people who are going to stuff this thing full of rockets and run around with this as a glorified one-shot build, and I will let them have their fun, but you guys know me. I find these kinds of one-shot, like literally you shoot once and that is it, builds, I find them ridiculous and stupid. So I would recommend you build something useful here. Maybe use a few rocket launchers for backup to have an extra little burst kick if you want. But I'm thinking a classic MRM boat might work, especially if you use the high mounts. You could use something like SRM2s or whatnot, or Narcs even, to get the higher mounts. Other than that, I can definitely see this become a streak boat. You got 4 energy weapons, you could put 4 medium lasers in there, for example, or 4 medium pulse lasers, and then you combine that with the power of 6 streak 6, or maybe 9 streak 4. We'll have to see how it all ends up, but this could be an amazing splatter mech, that is for sure. I'm really looking forward to that thing. This is going to be nice tonight. Let's jump into the next variant. That is the Marauder 4L. This one has 4 ballistics, 2 energy, 0 missile, 1 AMS, and 1 ECM. And the devil is in the details. Enhancements: ER PPC heat scale limit +1. Aha, and a little bit of structure on CT, left torso, and right torso. So This thing can finally, again, like one of the Nightstar models, for example, fire 2 Gauss rifles and an ERPPC at the same time without incurring heat penalty. Now the question is, what can we build with that? Of course, well, 2 Gauss and 1 PPC, that's a given. The problem with that will be that the Gauss rifles will be located in the arms, guys. And Gauss rifles in the arms, as you know, is great for aiming, but not so great for peeking, so that will be a bit of a problem. However, I think that is why we have the ECM that will help to counter that a little bit by making us invisible, because if you don't have a red Dorito above your head, then you are mostly invisible to the enemy team until they realize, wait a second, that mech wasn't there a few seconds ago. Okay, what else could you build? Well, we've got the 2 ballistic hardpoints in each arm, so classic double UAC 5 build would be possible, or you could do something with UAC 10s. You could probably fit AC20s in there if you wanted to, but then of course you run the problem with the heat skill limit. You cannot fit LB20s. I think they will take too many slots. So this will be interesting. I think a mixed, either full DACA or mixed DACA and energy, or again Gauss rifles PPC. We're gonna have some fun with that for sure. Okay, a few more models left. We have the Marauder 5A. This one has 2 ballistics, 6 energy, and 1 AMS. Quirks are 10% cooldown and a bunch of structure quirks. Well, here's the thing. The ballistic slots are actually located in the right torso. And guys, this is a tip that I'm giving all of you right now when you're playing tonight. Always go for the right torso on these Marauder 2s. That means you shoot to the left part of the mech if you are looking at it straight. Because that right torso almost always houses a lot of weapons. It's either 3 energy for missile, 2 ballistic, 2 energy, or 1 ballistic, plus the additional weapons in the right arm. So I would recommend to always go for the right torso, because that's a nice and juicy target. If this is a Marauder, as they are usually coming towards us, it will be very hard to hit the CT constantly. So go for right torso is my honest opinion. Go for right torso and you will not be disappointed. All right. So, we were talking about the Marauder 5A, and it has 2 ballistic slots in the right torso. They will be fairly high up. So, that could be a number of things. There could be 2 LB10s, for example, and then you combine that with maybe 6 medium lasers, but that doesn't sound like it's enough firepower for a 100 tonner. But you could do other things. You could add PPCs, you could add heavy PPCs, so you could maybe go AC10 or AC20 with heavy PPC. There's lots of things that you can do that will hit like a truck. The only problem again will be that you will have to use your arm mounts, and that will mean you have to expose quite a bit of your mech. Okay, and the final bit that we need to look at is the Marauder. Where is it? No, actually we have 2 left. The Marauder 6S. This one has 1 ballistic hardpoint, 6 energy hardpoints, and 2 AMS slots. Once again, we get the ERPPC heat skill limit +1 and structure and left and right torso quirks. Plus, we have the ability to run double AMS. Well, the first thing I would say is, if you're playing this mech, consider running a double AMS, because that's kind of the only one of these Marauders that can run double AMS. And at that point, you are stuck with 1 ballistic and 6 energy. That 1 ballistic slot. I don't know about you guys, but to me, 1 ballistic slot in the right torso, that just means one thing. That's a heavy Gauss. And that means that the energy weapons are either medium pulse lasers or the energy weapons are medium lasers. And that's basically it. Or you could go normal Gauss and ER mediums plus large lasers. There's different options that you can take here. Of course, if you want to make use of the ERPPC heat skill limit +1, you could go something like, now it gets a little bit crazy, triple PPC plus an LB20 for close range, maybe. We would have to check how the heat development looks on that thing. Or triple PPC and a Gauss, but you fire them in a staggered way. The PPCs first, and then you follow up with the Gauss, or the other way around. You will have to test that a little bit, but we will do a lot of mech science on that for sure. And then last but not least, the Marauder II Alpha, Mad-AL. This thing comes with 4 ballistics, 2 energy, 2 missiles, 1 AMS, 0 ECM, and quirks are UAC jam chance -20% and a bunch of structure quirks. Well, the ballistics are in the arms, so I mean, if you want to build something around the quirk, then you definitely want to go with quad UAC 5. I mean, that's a given. Or UAC 10s, UAC 20, maybe. Well, that's an option. I'm not sure right now if the UX20 will fit or not, but that's something we'll check out later on. And then, of course, you have the left torso with 2 missile slots and the right torso with 2 energy slots. You can build quite a bit of stuff in here. You could do crazy mixed builds of, let's say, for example, UX2s plus MRMs plus lasers. Like this is the one that's a little bit of a wild card because it can come at you with a mixed array of weapons. The build it has from the factory is medium pulses, UX10s, streaks, and the Beagle active probe. It's doesn't sound too bad, but it also doesn't sound too nice. I think you really want to make sure that you make use of those ballistic hardpoints in the arms, otherwise you won't have a lot of fun with this build. But we'll see. We'll see on stream today what we build with that. Alright guys, it's going to be interesting. Tonight the Marauder II will be a fun mech to play. Hopefully it is also going to be a good mech to play, but you will see that by TTB's assault levels and whether they are rising tonight or not. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tonight's stream over on twitch.tv/therealttb. Tune in!